Hey everybody, it's Piano Man Steve Lungrin, founder of LearningMusicIsFun.com, where we're teaching piano players to play rock, pop, and country music. Thanks for tuning in. This is another video in my demo series here in my video blog. This is where I show you how the stuff that I'm teaching in my members area, the rhythm patterns, the chords, the improv techniques, etc., can be put together and be turned into actual songs. And I just got back from the most wonderful trip back to my hometown of Ogallala, Nebraska. Well, actually, I was in Nebraska, in a few different places in Nebraska, but where I was born was Ogallala. I lived there until I was 12. It's a quaint little town of about 5,000 people. We have a big lake there called Lake McConaughey, where a lot of folks, even from Colorado, come swarming in to check out all the time. But by and large, it's a pretty small town. And one would think it's not very exciting. And, you know, from one point of view it might not be. But I'll tell you what, I had a wonderful childhood there. And I went back and I played a show for about 150 folks or so from my home stomping ground. And it was just absolutely marvelous. And I just had so many wonderful memories. And essentially what happened was it got me thinking about this song by John Denver. And I thought, well, this would be great to show in the demo series because all the components that you need to play this song are already right there, taught exactly the way I'm going to play them. This is called Back Home Again by John Denver. And what we're going to be doing, it was originally done in the key of E. For the sake of my voice, I think I'm going to do it in the key of D. So we're going to need to know a D major chord, a G major chord, and an A7. We're going to need to know an E minor or an E minor 7. And that's about it. Yeah, just those chords. So E minor 7, D, G, and A7. And we're going to use my original, we're going to pretty much use my original country rhythm pattern number 1. And I believe probably what I'm going to do for licks and fills on this, I'm going to do two things. I will occasionally throw in a ballad lick number 1. I do a lot of that. And then I'm just going to basically do some licks and fills on the chord, which is a technique that I teach in the Intro to Improvising series in my members section. So, which is where I just am going to be on a chord playing, and I'll just do some fluttering around with my hands and make something up on the spot, but it's not going to always be very complicated. It'll just be like I'll be playing along. You know, nothing big. Just, we're right there already, and I just kind of move my fingers around. So that's all we've got to do, and I'm going to make this song come to life. This is Back Home Again in honor of my recent very, very fun and special evening with a bunch of familiar faces back in Ogallala, Nebraska. Here we go. There's a storm across the valley. Afternoon is heavy on the shoulders. Truck out on the 4-lane, a the little thing there. Okay, so that's Back Home Again. And I wanted to show you, obviously it was on my mind. I played that at the show because I love that song and it was thematically correct. But I thought this would be a really good one for the demo series because guess what? Basically all you gotta do is play D, G, and A through most of this thing. And you're just using traditional country rhythm pattern number 1. So you're just going. Well, the chorus goes G, A7, D, G, A7, D, G, A7, D. Okay, and then in the little bridge part, it just goes to G, A7, D, G, then it goes to E minor 7, A7, D, G, A7, D, G, E minor 7, G, A7. So pretty simple chords, and then occasionally you just have to throw in a little flutter on the chord that you're in for a little fill here and there. Again, not doing anything special. I'm just on the chord and I just rhythmically do something with the notes that are already under my fingers. That's what's so great about improvising on the chord that you're on. You don't have to get fancy. You just do something with the notes that are already right under your fingertips. Okay? And then, is there anything else about this song? Oh yeah, and if you were going to be doing it, if you weren't going to sing it, then you'd still want this to be the basis if you're going to play the melody. So you're going to start out like this rhythm pattern. It's like I play the melody, maybe with an extra note in there from the chord for a little harmony part, and I play that rhythmically. But anytime I can, I get right back to that rhythm pattern. So I'm playing. So I come in and I'm like so. I go. Anytime I play the melody, and when I can, I keep a version of the gajaga, dagada. So I might be playing a melody up here with my pinky and trying to go ba-da-da, ba-da-da with just the thumb and the index finger to keep that rhythm pattern going. still using the same chords, and I'm still using the same ideas for licks and fills, and I'm really using that rhythm pattern, even though it seems like the rhythm patterns are completely geared toward people who are going to accompany themselves singing. They're still absolutely the basis for playing the melody in the right hand, because the melody is going to be there, but then there's breaks. So it's like, there's a storm across the valley, clouds are rolling and break. So you got to have that rhythm pattern going during the break. Da 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 ka-chaka ka-chaka da 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 ka-chaka ka-chaka ka-chaka, you know. So you're still going to use this rhythm pattern, and you want to try and incorporate it in some sense wherever you possibly can in any break. So it doesn't matter. And we teach that kind of thing a little bit in the lead sheets and fake book areas. So but this is a great example of how all the stuff that's already being taught exactly the way it is in the members section, you could be playing this right now with the information that you've got with your membership, unless of course you're watching this and you don't have a membership, in which case I would invite you to visit us at learningmusicisfun.com. Check out the free stuff that's there for you, and maybe I can help you take your playing to the next step or to the next level. So, but anyway, I love this song, and I just thought it would be a good demonstration series. And that's about all I have to share with you. But it's amazing how most of the music that we love, once you learn a few rhythm patterns, and you have the chords to plug into them, and you know a little bit about how to make a few fills and licks up, oh my goodness, it starts to come off the page, come off of the keyboard, and become a living, breathing entity. It just comes to life. It's really, really fun. So this is where the rubber meets the road, folks. All right, remember to have fun when you're doing this, because as my prime directive states, if you're not having fun when you're making music, you're doing it wrong. And I'm Piano Man Steve Lungrin. I'm signing out of here. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in, and come visit us at learningmusicisfun.com. Bye-bye.